Hello and welcome to Shanghai Eye. I'm Timothy Pope.
Hello, I'm Chen Xuan.
Monday through Friday here on Dragon TV, we bring you stories to explore and decode China, and we'll focus a lot on Shanghai.
We look at business, tech, urban life, arts and culture and sports, and we're going to provide you with our top tips on work, study, life and travel in China.
When thousands of fans flocked to Shanghai's Oriental Sports Centre recently, it wasn't for the basketball, the tennis or the football. They were there to see the best of the best playing Counter-Strike in one of the biggest esports tournaments in the world. Zhang Shixuan was there following the action from the qualifying stages right through to the finals.
Ni hao, Shanghai! Journey of history.
This is crazy.
The perfect world. Shanghai, major champion. Team Spirit!
A major is the most important event in our calendar, and it's the most important event to all the players.
More Shanghai.
This one is especially big, and for it to be in China.
The Shanghai Major, the biggest event for the world's most played game on the PC gaming platform Steam.
There comes a lot of pride, it's a lot of history, and we're going to make history doing this event here.
Tears and cheers. It's the first ever major in Asia. The passion has landed in Shanghai.
银河战舰，这野球太大声了！绿龙总冠军，东可加油！10岁银河战舰 ，Let's go Face Clan！
加油
！Face Clan 的联名衣服，添了1、2、6、7、8。
这个是 Nico 模拟器 Hunter，
这是在接机的时候拍的。
It's my first time in China at all.
It's my first time.
This is
for the first time because of major and team spirit.
This is my second time in China. I very love China.
For a game where Asia has never been a dominant force, it means a lot to have the biggest event of the year here.
It's an amazing crowd, one of the best that I've faced. So, yeah, I'm very excited to play more Asia tournaments here.
Everything is 10 out of 10. I've been to China 3 times. All the times for esports, always for Counter-Strike. But I've never left Shanghai, so I've only been inside Shanghai.
All 3 times, all in Shanghai.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years since your last visit. What's the thing you've missed most about Shanghai?
Probably the fans. They're waiting for the players to come outside so they can get to see them and meet them and take pictures with them. We don't see that any place else in the world.
Chinese fans are probably, it has the highest amount of fandom and support in terms of how passionate they are. They go to the airport and they meet us there, like they are preparing gifts and stuff. It feels like we're Hollywood celebrities, which we don't really get anywhere else.
Just take a look at the fans, though it's still 2 hours ahead of the final.
I'm from France, Paris, far away.
South Africa,
Russia.
我是上海的。
我从澳门过来。北京、内蒙古、西安、浙江、湖北、广东。
70,000 spectators have gathered in Shanghai over the 12-day offline tournament, from the opening stage to the finals.
This first major, the first time when we
revisiting the major. It was our childhood dream. We were waiting for the tickets like for 2 months.
This is my first big one, and it's very nice. It was just too expensive when I was younger, and they don't come to South Africa.
The audience is the largest in the tournament's history, and perhaps one of the largest of any esports tournament around the world.
10万是开票，几十秒就全都卖空了，有大概20%多的票是针对海外去售卖的。
56 teams had gathered in Shanghai. That's more than double the number of teams at a regular major.
Normally, how we do it is max 32 teams, normally 16 teams for most big events. Qualifying teams from Europe would qualify in Europe and then come to the main event. Asian teams from Asia, America teams from the Americas. Perfect World did a different thing and they said, okay, everyone's going to play from Shanghai. This is good for developing the scene.
The Shanghai event is a big deal. For the first time ever, the entire tournament is happening in one city, from the qualifying stages all the way to the final.
有可能有个战队从第一天来到他走，他万一最后得了冠军，他可能就是要待40多天。
Of course, players and staff are not coming on their own.
This time, with my wife, I've done a lot more things. We went to Yuan Gardens. I did a lot of shopping and food tasting. Then we've also gone out, did a look at the tower, which is obviously an iconic photo location for that.
The Shanghai Tower, you mean?
Yes, Shanghai Tower. Yeah, exactly. The metro, by the way, I never take taxi. I've been using metro, and it's so easy to take. Doesn't cost much either. It's a good price. It's like nice and very clean. Also the food options. You can get everything from normal Western food I'm used to trying some Chinese food. It doesn't matter if you want something from one part of the world or different. Everything I need is in one place. So that makes things very easy for whatever mood you're in.
And getting access to China is now more convenient for many of the foreign visitors.
Some of our girlfriends and stuff are coming to visit, and they will be allowed in for my country at least. I know that China opened up the possibility for a 30-day visa-free entry since November 8th. So it's making it very, very easy for European tourists and fans to come in. 5 years ago, we had to wait around 1-2 weeks. This time around for the work visa, it only took like 2 days before the visa was in place.
Online gaming can make esports teams pretty diverse.
We are a little bit divided from everywhere in the world. We have 2 Canadians. We have a manager who's from Florida in the US. We have a Latvian player, a Danish head coach, a Polish player, and we have an Australian player as well, and our Chinese analyst.
It looked like the competitors and the fans were all having a huge amount of fun at this year's CS Major. But to find out a little bit more about the esports industry in China, Zhang Shixuan is joining us. Shixuan, that looked like a lot of fun.
Yes, Tim, as you can tell from the story, there was really great passion. The tournament gathered a large number of foreign players, and nearly 10,000 fans came from overseas. Many of them are visiting Shanghai, visiting China for the very first time. And that's a common thing when there's a large esports tournament in town. This is not the first one in Shanghai. In 2017, the city announced that it aimed to become the world's esports capital. Since then, Shanghai has hosted multiple esports tournaments, including the Dota 2, the International 2019, and League of Legends 2020 World Championship. Shanghai has become the first city in the world that has hosted 3 international top-level esports tournaments. There's definitely a reason for the local government to attract more competitions like these. Take a look.
As a game whose competition has long been dominated by the Western world, to bring the marquee event to Shanghai still has its advantages.
上海这几年其实举办了很多个大型的这种全球化的一个比赛，那也累积了非常多的办赛经验和一些运营的经验。整个的产业链方面，它从我们这个上游的厂商，包括像一些赛事制作，还有一些俱乐部，包括像媒体啊、培训机构，其实都非常的完善。它不管是在交通方面、餐饮或者是各种的软性的支持，都能够给我们这种海外的观众和选手有非常满足他们这种多元化的一种体验。
The majority of them from abroad are first-time visitors to Shanghai, attracted by the esports tournament. And that's part of what the local government is aiming at.
其实像这种类型的比赛，上海每年5项左右是有的。一般城市我觉得能有个1到2项就已经很好了。
So why is the city working to attract the attention of more international esports tournament organizers? Take the just concluded major as an example.
整个的供应商体系也比之前的比赛就是大了很多。像我们之前可能比如说场地搭建可能是有一家公司，但现在因为牵涉到多个地方的观赛，找了多家去做合作。赞助商这块也是，这次的话因为本身的规模和它的体量和它的知名度是非常高的，所以也吸引到一些可能比较泛的一些品牌过来做合作。大健康有一些电商的平台也会有，以前我们合作主要还是在硬件上面会比较多一些。
Chinese esports giant Perfect World is the exclusive carrier of Dota 2 and Counter-Strike in the mainland, 2 of the top 3 games in terms of global game users on Steam. First launched in 1999, first-person shooter game Counter-Strike has been through multiple rounds of upgrades and launched several new versions. That has kept the game on top of the Steam rankings. with its current player numbers more than double its nearest competitor.
我的游戏玩家在这样的一个基数的高位基数情况下，我怎么样更好的去服务我这些玩家，更好的去留存我这些玩家，是他办比赛的目的。现在真正靠办比赛能盈利的电竞项目屈指可数，因为玩家的消费更多的是在游戏本身上。
For the game developers, hosting such international tournaments is increasingly important in this era where a larger number of games have emerged, with users' appetite rapidly changing.
游戏的这个用户数，它其实一定是一个从波峰到波谷的这样的一个过程，一定会有新的游戏面向新的市场，那么受众会有更多的选择，那么我们这一款游戏它本身的这个用户基数一定会被分流掉。
And for Shanghai, the question is how many tournaments can be brought here? Shanghai has ranked among the top 3 in the worldwide esports cities for the 3rd consecutive year, alongside Los Angeles and Paris according to an annual report by KPMG. But the competition has been much more fierce given the rising recognition of esports around the world.
原来的第一梯队我们可能只有6个城市或者8个城市，但现在我们可能身边面临的竞争者有10几个城市，而且都是世界上相对来说经济比较发达、人口基数比较大的这些城市。
Such development went far beyond Zhu's expectations. The number of esports users in China witnessed rapid growth before 2021, and since then have been sitting around 480 million. In the first half of 2024, gamers in China represented more than 1/3 of the total population. Shanghai hosts almost 18% of tournaments in China.
Time for Shanghai A to Z section. Many travelers to Shanghai arrive in the city at Pudong International Airport. But if you are adding neighboring cities to your travel plans, you may need to take a high-speed train or flight at the Hongqiao transportation hub, which is more than 60 kilometers away on the opposite side of the town. But don't worry, as the newly opened airport link line makes the trek convenient and fast. The intercity railway line, which connects Hongqiao and Pudong International Airport, cuts the travel time between the two airports to less than 40 minutes. Before it opened, it took around 1 hour and 40 minutes by metro or more than 1 hour by shuttle bus or taxi. Apart from Hongqiao Airport Terminal 2 station and Pudong Airport Station, it stops at 5 other stations in Minhang, Xuhui and Pudong districts. A regular link line ticket costs 26 yuan if you are going the whole way, and you can buy a ticket with cash or use a Shanghai public transportation card. If you've got a question for us, you can find us on all the socials.
We'd love to hear from you. You can find all our content online as well, and join us here on Dragon TV Monday to Friday.
Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.